Hi, my name's Paul Gooderson. I'm the chair of the Crawley and Horsham Armed Forces and Veterans Breakfast Club, and we're here today in St John's Church Hall in the Bridge Cafe, where we hold our weekly veterans drop-in. So as a breakfast club, we meet fortnightly in restaurants in Crawley and in Horsham. However, that was very much around people banter, meeting like-minded people, and it's a bit of a laugh and meeting. You know, it's good fun. But what we discovered that was underneath this, there was a need for some of these veterans who were carrying some burdens. So as a result of that, then in January of this year, we opened up the Crawley Veterans Drop-In here in St John's, helped by our Padre, Reverend Steve Burson, who is the Padre of the group. As the Veterans Drop-In opened up in January, we've now had over 750 visits by drop-ins by veterans from 85. Actually now we've had 3 more this morning, so 88 new veterans in Crawley attending the drop-in. Drop-ins about helping individuals, and so what we do is we invite support organisations, which include people like the Royal British Legion and SAFA, but those specialist organisations that help people who have mental issues as well, and we have a team that come from the DWP. So those people tend to turn up and help the veterans who have these special requirements, because we act as a signpost organisation. All the ex-servicemen within the town are entitled to celebrate Remembrance Sunday for the reason we remember our colleagues and friends who have been injured, who have died in battle, and also the memories of the First and Second World War as well. But we're more from a more recent generation, and as such, many of the people here have experienced loss in a war-type scenario, and as a result of that, we take our time to remember our fallen comrades.
I'm Andy White. I served in the Army in the Parachute Regiment, done 13 years and left as a platoon sergeant of the sniper platoon. I'm based in Colchester from my whole service, but during that service I was lucky enough to be able to serve abroad. I'd done a tour of Northern Ireland, 1 of Iraq, and then 3 tours of Afghanistan. About 2 years ago, unfortunately, my father passed away, who was an ex-Royal Marine. And a friend of mine said, well, why don't you come along to be part of a membership with the Armed Forces Veterans Breakfast Club? So I said, yeah, why not? What have I got to lose? Being around like-minded people, and they call it returning to the tribe. So I spoke to one of my muckers, came along just for a pint. It was the initial welcoming in, and then they mentioned that they're going to start a veterans drop-in on a Monday, which we're at now. So I'm double-hatted, I suppose. I come as a representative from Barclays to talk about financial well-being and any employment to ensure that veterans, service leavers and spouses are gaining meaningful employment. But then I also kick my work hat off and then kick into being a veteran, because that's what I am. I am a veteran, and I chat to my fellow muckers just about anything. You put up a sandbag and swing a light, just to kind of create that camaraderie and stop the loneliness of people at home thinking, well, I've got nowhere to go, whereas the church St John's here at Crawley have been amazing for us. And they created an atmosphere here which is warm, welcoming, and people can be themselves, because the veteran community is a law on its own sometimes, and we like to be around our own. It's not that we don't want to be around anyone else, but we tend to find that people open up more when they're around like-minded people that have done similar things. They've been through the mill, they've done basic training, and there's that trust element to it. I've grown up within a military family, so like I mentioned, my father was an ex-Royal Marine, both my granddads were RAF, so there's always been that tradition of joining the military, and as a young child I'd always be taken to the cenotaph in my local town to pay the respects. There's a big parade, and then we all meet up for sandwiches and a few beers when I was old enough to drink. But for me, it's just remembering and paying to respect those who didn't make it. Like a couple of my friends were killed in combat. I always, that 2-minute silence is about remembering them, remembering my father, and everyone else who made that ultimate sacrifice for us to be able to live a comfortable life that we do. And we do. Some people have a little bit of a tear. Some people raise a glass of pork. That you're very good at having a quick taste just to remember. And for me, it's not about being the older generation, but those who leave now, and even those who are joining. Everyone's welcome to pay their respects, and I think that's what's really nice about November 11th is everyone is welcome to pay their respects, whether it's watching it on TV, going to the local cenotaph, or even going up to London and doing that one as well.